Hello, Nice Nation. Welcome back to another episode of Gabbin with Gavin. This week, I am sitting down with Caitlyn Watson. She is a senior on the softball team, but beyond that, she's also in our nursing program here at Bellarmine. So we're going to sit down, talk a little bit about how she balances both of these things out. Caitlyn, it is nice to have you on.
Thanks. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, of course. So right now, you're not quite into the season just yet, so you don't have to worry too much about balancing the two, but how is it right now going between nursing and then also practices and things like that?
We're currently in 20 hours for softball, so it's still pretty hectic. It won't be as bad as when we're in the season, but I definitely am going back and forth. I have clinicals 3 days a week coming up, and then we have practice every day and weights. Currently, I do miss softball on Thursdays because I have a 12-hour clinical.
Jeez.
But my coach is really chill about like doing a double practice on like Tuesday or Wednesday when I don't have anything, and then I make up my lift any other day.
And they're pretty flexible about making up the lifts.
Like
even if you miss the team stuff, they just
my coach is really chill. She's awesome, and Bellarmine in general, like they're really good about with nursing majors and playing sports, because a lot of other like schools that you go to, you can't play softball or can't play sports if you're a nursing major. And that's like why I chose Bellarmine, honestly. It's just because I knew that I wanted to be a nurse and I wanted to go to college for nursing, and so like what's the point of not. So Bellarmine's really good about it.
And I think that I always knew that the nursing program here at Bellarmine was also very good. Beyond being able to be flexible, they're very good. Was that something that sort of aided in your decision as well?
100%. So I've had a few jobs in hospitals throughout Louisville, and like everyone always asks me where I go to school, and I say Bellarmine, and then like immediately they're like, oh, like Bellarmine's nursing program's like amazing. Like it's like kind of common knowledge within like our nursing program and like the schools around. Like if you go to apply for a job, like they're gonna take Bellarmine new grads, and they want people who have gone to Bellarmine. So that's really nice.
And you've been doing this now for 4 years. Do you think that it's gotten a little bit easier to manage your time between both being an athlete and a student?
It 100% has gotten easier. I remember, so with nursing, you start like clinicals your sophomore year, and they may be changing that, but for me, we started our sophomore year.
Would they move it up or move it back?
I think they're doing a new curriculum where it's like backloaded. So your last 2 years would be clinicals. But for me, that sophomore year was rough. Like it really was hard adjusting between softball and nursing, but it's gotten a lot easier now.
And then when you get into the season, obviously we mentioned how you're not there yet, but when you get into the season, how do you manage time with being on the road, things like that?
Usually I do have to miss a few classes, but because everyone like had to go through COVID, we already have like the teams set up, like. And so if I do miss class, it's recorded, and my professors are like really cool about recording that for me so I can watch it. And then we usually have to travel pretty far, and so that's when I really crank out a lot of my homework. And I kind of honestly, I like our away trips because it forces me to be productive and get my work done. So I usually get better grades when we're in season versus not.
Interesting. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So the clinical season right now that you said that you're in, can you talk about some of the things that you work with in this period? Yeah,
sure. So I just got done with our senior review clinical, and that was 3 clinicals days, and then it was 12 hours each. And it was kind of just like to sum up everything that we've like done in nursing school. And so it was really cool. I got to do a lot of skills. I got to help out the nurse, and really kind of just like the nurse just let me do a bunch of this stuff. And it was really nice. It was kind of like prioritizing and time management and stuff like that. And then coming up, I have my critical care clinical, which I'm really excited for because that's what I'm going to go into when I graduate. And then I have leadership, which is kind of like talking about like charge nursing, like more like the administrative side of the hospital.
And then, so is this something that you always kind of had on your radar? You wanted to go into nursing when you were in high school?
I took some classes in high school, so like phlebotomy, EKG, it's like skills that you can do as a nurse. And I really liked it, and I've always liked the science of like healthcare and like how the body works and stuff like that. And if I'm being honest, I didn't want to go to school for like the extra to be a doctor. And I do like nursing. It's so flexible. Like you can do a million different things within nursing, and that's my favorite part about it. And like, you know, the pay's not terrible.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah.
It's a nice setup there for sure. What are some of the aspects about nursing that is kind of appealing to you?
Definitely the flexibility. Like, you can start somewhere, you can work there for 6 months, you can change specialties, like you can do so much. And you don't always have to work bedside either. As a new grad, you want to get your skills and work bedside, but then after a few years I could go and I could teach, I could go back to school for multiple different things, do outpatient, like I could even do like Botox and injections and stuff like that as a nurse. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like the schedule is nice, like you work 3 12s a week, so you're really only working 3 days. Like, I know the 12s are rough,
12s
but
are a lot.
you get 4 days off. You can work an extra shift if you want to make some extra money, so that's really nice.
Yeah. Do you enjoy working with people, and have you gotten to do that quite often here at Bellarmine?
Oh yeah, like our clinicals are really good at Bellarmine. Yeah, I've got to work with a lot of people in almost every hospital organization in Louisville. Like, I've worked at Baptist, Norton, and U of L, and from kids to all the way up to adults, so it's really nice.
Is there a clinical that you've done so far that you've liked that kind of stands out amongst the other ones?
Yeah, so I want to go into critical care, and I haven't had that one yet, so that could be my favorite.
It could take over.
But I was always so nervous to do peds and OB, which is like labor and delivery. Yeah. But it was actually my favorite one yet.
Really?
It was really cool.
Yeah.
I got to see a C-section, which was really cool.
Okay.
And then just like seeing that experience, and the little babies were really cute too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that definitely helps. Yeah. For somebody that's looking to join the Bellarmine nursing program, is there any advice that you would give to them about choosing Bellarmine?
I would definitely just say, come to Bellarmine. They have the best reputation out of all the schools around. They make it really manageable to do. Like, I know on TikTok these days, like people always, you can see like the nursing majors who say it's like really hard. But if you do time management, and like, you're gonna stay ahead. Like, the professors here want you to do good, and they like are really good about making like relationships, and so like they're gonna help you a lot.
Yeah, for sure. For the most part, that's pretty much all that I have for you, but I appreciate you coming on here, talking a little bit about being both a student and an athlete and how you balance that time. I think that's very beneficial for people that aren't a part of it, or people that are going to be looking into becoming a student athlete. Balancing time is certainly one that you have to adjust to.
Yeah,
so
it is.
I appreciate you coming on here, talking a little bit about that.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you all for tuning in. If you guys have any questions for Caitlyn, you see her around, I'm sure she'd be happy to help you in any way possible. Once again, thank you all. Have a great week. Go Knights.